Yes, people, welcome back to Transfer Talk. Today's episode is a potential outgoing, as Allan Saint-Maximin is linked with a move to London. London clubs are calling for Saint-Maximin. Chelsea and Spurs heavily linked with the winger over the last 24 hours as both clubs look to strengthen their forward line. Now, I think we can kind of rule the Spurs out of this one now, I would assume, even though they are spent on a mad spending spree this summer on. I think they've brought in 6 players already, Antonio Conte's Spurs. One of those was Richarlison, a big money signing up front there, so I don't think they would quite be in Saint-Maximin now. They did make inquiries earlier in the window. But on the other side of London, who are inquiring still, is Chelsea. Now, Thomas Tuchel has added Raheem Sterling to his front line, but he still wants one more forward before this window is over. And he's thinking about Allan Saint-Maximin. He's thinking about Newcastle's French winger, Maxi. Now, Maxi, who was a fan favourite at the club, but did come under criticism from large sections of the fan base last season because of his performances on the pitch, not really getting up to what we can expect. I mean, when Eddie Howe came in, he was one of the worst performers, to be honest. He looked like he didn't like Howe at first, or he stayed to play, or he was happy with Bruce because Brucey was just giving him bear hugs and feeding him Jaffa cakes and letting him do what he wanted. You know, Saint-Maximin was the teacher's pet under Bruce. He loved it, absolutely loved it. But then Howe came in, asked more of him, demanding work, tracked him back, more of a team effort. And Newcastle fans could tell that Saint-Maximin wasn't all in on that. You know what I mean? He loses the ball, hands in the air, heads down. Pity me, all that bollocks. But he doesn't do enough tracking back. He doesn't do enough hard work. And then at the end of the pitch, where we do expect, he kind of fizzled out. You know what I mean? There was large spells of last season and games where he'd get the ball and he does dazzle past a couple of players and then blaze one over the bar, or someone's waiting in the box there, free, could have passed it, doesn't pass it. Saint-Maximin's decision making in the final third is always very questionable. Now, you look at him and you think, he always seems to, for me, I think he always shoots when he should pass, and when he should pass, he shoots. He hasn't really worked out the footballing brain yet. His brain doesn't know what's happening with his feet. His feet are just doing the madness, and sometimes it works, you know, all the step overs, the fancy footwork. And we do love him, I think he's a class player. I think he can become a lot better. He can work on his end product, which apparently Howe has given him a formula this summer to work on. He's given him a system, a diet plan, an exercise plan, everything. And he's going to try and really focus on Saint-Maximin's product in the final third next season. But Chelsea are sniffing around Allan Saint-Maximin, but just like Spurs, have been put off by the £40 million price tag. £40 million is what Newcastle have slapped on the head of Allan Saint-Maximin, on the Gucci headband of Saint-Maximin. 40 million headband. Expensive, that, isn't it? But I mean, is he worth? Probably not. I don't think he's worth 40 million. So I can understand why the likes of Chelsea and Spurs are currently walking away from the deal, even though Chelsea are very keen apparently. But it's 40 million. I mean, Saint-Maximin, 5 goals last year in the Premier League? He's still only 25, so he has got his best years ahead of him. But 40 million, I wouldn't say he was worth that. We paid 17 million for him a few years ago now. So I would say he's probably worth in the 30s, at least. I would say he's probably worth about 32, 35 million, with the potential that he's got and with a coach that could get it out of him. I think Howe could get it out of him. I think Eddie Howe could make Saint-Maximin a much better player in getting those numbers up and getting these goals and assists up per season. But the problem isn't necessarily Howe or the coaching at the minute. It's Saint-Maximin. Saint-Maximin himself has said that he wants to win the Ballon d'Or one day. Well, that doesn't really look like that when he's on the pitch half the time, when he's having a stroke or he can't be arsed. But like I say, I'm saying these things, but with Saint-Maximin, I love Saint-Maximin. He's been class for us. He's been a fan favourite. He's been a bit of a cult hero. He dragged us through some absolutely lifting times under Bruce, and that literally the plan then was just give the ball to Saint-Maximin and hope that he can do something with it under Steve Bruce. And more times than not, he did. To be fair, he did pluck us out of the mud. You know, he did do very well for us, and he is a class player. He can become a lot better. But like I say, at times he is very frustrating to watch. At times you see fans at St James Park screaming at him because he's doing the wrong things. He's not working hard enough. His head's not in it. When he's a bit like, you know, the old French cliche, but with us, we've seen it with the likes of him and Ben Arfa. If his head's in it, he's unreal. He looks unstoppable. If his head's not in it, questions are asked. I mean, look at back in the day that in France they don't really rate him that highly. Didier Deschamps has still not called him up to the France squad because of that. Questions over his attitude and stuff, which was a perceived problem when he came to Newcastle. When he signed for us, we were warned about his attitude problem, lazy, late for training, all this stuff. We haven't really seen that. I mean, he's getting wrong off Eddie Howe at the minute for keep on parking his car in the wrong space at the training ground, keeps on parking at the front of the disabled area, loads of spaces over there, saying, you know, he can't be asked to walk, so maybe he is lazy, maybe he is a problem after all. You know what I mean? I think he has been undoubtedly sound with us. He's been a quality act amongst the city, amongst the fan base, but Do I think he'll leave? I think the club would put the £40 million price tag on him. I think they would accept that. Clearly, I think if someone came in from him, I think they would take it. Which some fans would be bewildered at. They think, well, what's Saint-Maximin? He's becoming a legend. Yeah, we love him. Yeah, he's this, that, and everything. He's an icon. But I think we would think if we can get 40 million, Diaby only costs us 10, 15, 20 million now. So I think Howe would look, and Ashworth would look towards getting a player in that would benefit the whole team more. Maybe as a collective, maybe like a Diaby or more money to spend on someone else for the budget of financial fair play that balance that out. So I think you could see him leave this summer, but I probably don't think it will. I don't think Chelsea will pay the 40 million. I don't think Newcastle would accept any less than that, really. Saint-Maximin's representatives have actually been trying to get him a new deal at Newcastle for quite some time now, feeling that he should be amongst the top earners since the likes of Trippier, even Joelinton, Bruno. These players are on more money, Botman, than Saint-Maximin, and he feels obviously as one of the integral members of that starting 11 that he should be on bigger wages. Now, there's mixed things online. I'm pointing to my laptop there, you can't see it. Online, there is mixed things. Apparently, Saint-Maximin's only on 38 grand a week to several sources, and some say he's on 80, some say he's on 50. So if you take a medium of that, say he's on 40, 50, you look at Botman, Trippier and all that coming in on 100 grand. Even Chris Wood is on £100,000, so there's no wonder Saint-Maximin's probably looking at him, that big lump, and thinking, how the fuck is he on more money than me? So it's understandable that he wants more money in a way, especially if he is only on 40 grand. Like, I mean, Jesus, he signed a new deal not long ago though, so I think when he first signed for us, he must have been on about 25 grand. But he was an unknown entity in a way. He was a risk from France, you know. But Saint-Maximin wants more money at Newcastle. Chelsea want Saint-Maximin. Newcastle want 40 million. What's going to happen is nothing, probably. We're probably just going to say to Saint-Maximin, look, if you have a good start of the season, we'll look at giving you a new deal in January. Reach X amount of goals by January, he has a pay rise. And that's how things work, you know what I mean? You're in the office, you're in a call centre, you've made some sales, pay rise. Saint-Maximin scores some goals, pay rise. Anyway, this video is going on for too long. Saint-Maximin linked heavily with Chelsea and Tottenham this summer. Will he stay at Newcastle? Let me know in the comments below. Subscribe to my channel TV, and I'll see you on the next one.